go ahead and talk to us about three things that a person or a business should consider when creating a personal brand.
All right. So your personal brand is really a collection of your life's experiences, your skills, your expertise, your knowledge, your personality, and your
Okay.
values. So the foundation of your brand is asking yourself, one, who am I? Who you say you are and what
Yes.
you do should align. So when you answer the question, who am I? Who you say
Yeah.
you are and how you act should
Mm-hmm.
align. So your words should
Okay.
match your actions. So that's one,
I see.
asking yourself, who am I? The second thing is, what do I stand for or what do I represent?
Mm-hmm.
In other words, what are my values? What
All
do
right.
people say about me when I'm not in the room? So,
Mm.
so who am I? What do I stand for or represent? Which is basically asking, what are my values? What do people say about me when I'm not in the room? And this will give you an idea of whether who you say you are and who
Okay.
people and what people think of you if those
Mm-hmm.
things align. So that will
Okay.
basically give you an indication of the brand that you currently have, right?
I
Not
see.
necessarily the brand that you want to build, but the brand that you currently have. So a
Have.
strong personal brand is where who you say you are,
Mm-hmm.
what you do, who you say you are, what you
Yes.
do, and what people think about you. Those three things must align. And then the third
Very
thing I
nice.
would say is, who do I serve? You must answer the question, who do I serve? Um, yeah. So I think
Yeah, that's a
or
question.
your approach or keys to building a personal brand that is authentic, that is
Mm-hmm.
trustworthy, should be one, you must be impeccable with your words. We said that
Okay.
already. Who you say you are and what you do must align. You must walk your talk, so your words must match your action.
Action. Got
I
it.
think you must also express gratitude openly. I
Mm-hmm.
think a strong and authentic personal brand should also be one that takes responsibility. So you apologize when you're wrong, and
Okay.
also be vulnerable and relatable. So you share your hard truths, you share your failures. You don't only share your accomplishments, but you share also your failures, and the lessons that you have learned in life. So,
Okay.
in order to build, there are more things that could be said, but in order to really build a
Mm-hmm.
strong personal brand, you need to own your life experiences, your
Yes.
knowledge, your ex your expertise, your message, your values, and get comfortable with yourself. So you have to really
Okay.
introspection. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and really ask yourself specific questions to really dig deep, so that you're
Yeah.
able to share. Because if you don't know yourself, then what you put out, whether in social media world or in real life, um, that's what people will have. And you really want to be intentional. You want
Yes.
who you say you are, what you do, what people think of you, what
Mm-hmm.
value you have, what you stand for and represent. You want all those things to align. So that's what I have to say in terms of personal branding.
What are three
Okay.
things that an online business should consider for their branding?
Well, first of all, you have to find or have a problem to solve. If you're in
Okay.
business really and you're not solving or speaking to a particular problem or pain point, so the first thing I would say is, if you have a business, an online business, find a problem to solve. The second thing I would say is, um, know who your ideal customer avatar is. So
Okay.
no, yeah, determine who wants so you're finding a problem to solve, but now you want to find out who needs the solution that you have. So who is
Okay.
your
How you
ideal
get to those
customer
people?
avatar? So who is your ideal customer avatar? And then
Okay.
after you find the problem, you find the person who needs the solution, then thirdly, I would say you need to create the solution in the form that that customer avatar, that ideal customer avatar will best
Okay.
receive it. So a lot of mistakes that we make when we're selling, so for example, you're selling a phone. You start to say, oh, this is a black iPhone with 120 gigabytes. You state the features of the phone.
Of the phone.
But yes, you can do that. However, to be really effective, what you should actually do is speak on the problem that the customer avatar is facing. So talk less, so communicate effectively in the sense that you talk less about the features and the descriptions of the product.
The things they already know. So
right. And talk more about the problem the product solves. What solution, what transformation, what results, what effect the customer will have when or after they use the product. So I gave the example of the phone. Yeah.
So you're using a term, customer avatar, and I know it means like is it like the same thing like your target audience?
Right, your target market. However, customer avatar now is more granular, meaning instead of normally when people say target market, it's kind of have a broad, even though it's narrowed, it's kind of, so for example, when you say target market, you might be saying range from 15 to 20, they are nurses or they're in the medical field, they live in a particular location. Normally it's a small range, so a target market. But when I say custom avatar now, I'm really speaking of one particular person, right? Sure, when you target that one person, many will fall under that. But because you want your communication to touch and to feel real, like when I read your copy or hear what you have to say, and I must be saying to myself, no man, I'm being shut up about no man.
Exactly.
So it's supposed to be, so the customer avatar is that person that you're targeting.
Yeah,
so
it's like
everything about that person, the age of that person, maybe you even name the person, the location the person lives in. So it's really more niche and defined because it is one person. So when I make an ad or a promo and I'm speaking to one person, it makes it more effective than if I was speaking to a range of people. Because now I have to take into consideration that if it's more than one person, different persons may have different issues and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
guys, I don't know about you, but I'm learning, and that is very great.
So after you find the problem, after you know who your customer avatar is, and after you create a solution in the form that the customer avatar will best receive it, the last thing you need to do is you actually have to show them how to claim the solution. So that is how to purchase it, because you can be saying, hey, I have your solution, but you don't say to them, okay, all right, you can get it. This is how you can get it. You can click the link in my bio, you can visit my website, you can do this. So you also have to tie in what the solution is, so how the person will access that solution.
Go ahead and share with us a mistake that you've made in business.
Boy, enough mistake I make it enough learning curve. But one mistake that I've made, and I know a lot of persons make it, is spending a lot of focus and even money, finances on non-income generating resources and tasks. Let me give an example. you're starting, maybe you don't have enough money, and instead of using your finances wisely, you're trying to spend all your focus in trying to, I need a logo, that I need a this, I need all those things that are not necessarily important, but not necessarily generating income. So you want to at least start with those with focus, especially with your resources on income generating tasks and resources. So for example, I know that maybe if I put a customer relation management system that will help to make my customers, to nurture relationship with my customers.
You're offering excellent service.
So that is directly tied to the income, because if the customers feel good, I will make more income. So put more. So one of the mistakes is not being which maybe not spending too much focus and resources on non-income generating things that maybe let the business look pretty, but it not make no money. So that's another mistake. Another mistake I would say is so because I started Yard Trends as a designer, right? So I would create and make outfits and accessories. So one of the mistakes I made is because as a creative, you get bored of what you're doing, right? So even though somebody, like I did swimsuit long before so many persons were doing it, right? And I was getting a good feedback on my swimsuit. People wanted it, but yet still I was saying, yo, I'm tired to make swimsuit now, but what is something else? so I made years ago was not listening to doing what I want and what I want to create, and not listening to what the market and what my customers are telling me that they want to buy. They want to buy, but me bored. So that's that I have made. And I try to tell new entrepreneurs and business owners, if your customers buying and willing to buy, and you have something that's working, work it. Work it. So that's another mistake. And I would say a third mistake that I've made, remember I make nothing up, but I just try give about 3, is having a hustler's mentality. And let me tell you what I mean like that. Because hustling can be a good thing, because hustlers have an energy there, them.
Of course, definitely.
But hustler's mentality, I'm speaking more to the fact that trying to trying to sell everything for everybody. So right. So basically you're discounting your goods just to make a sale. You want to make a sale, so you discount your goods. And we have to understand that we are not meant to serve everybody. And that's why I go back to this customer avatar thing. You're not meant to serve everybody. And if you're always having discounts, people will not respect your prices. Let me say that again. If you're always having discounts, people will not respect your prices. They'll just wait for another for the item to be discounted. So those 3 would be, one, spending time and resources and focus on non-income generating resources or a task. 2, having a hustler's mentality. You just want to sell everything to everybody. You're not meant to serve everybody. And if you keep discounting your goods and services, people will not respect your prices. And the third one, I think I said, was making what I like and not making what the customers are buying and want to buy.
Take us into letting us know some key tips for creating posts on Instagram, posts that will allow audience engagement and visibility. Because even sometimes I struggle with this. What do I post?
All right. So, well, first, as I'm sure I'm going to keep going back to this. You have to know who your customer avatar is, for one.
Okay.
But before you start any marketing or promo, make sure that your page is ready for business. I just putting
Okay.
that out there because a lot of us want engagement and people to our page, but our page is not ready for business, right? So once a person comes to your page and has a bad experience, they probably won't want to come back again. They don't want to do business with you, and the experience makes it harder
Yes.
for you to get them back. So you don't want to have them form a negative opinion of you, because apart from them having that, they might spread that negativity. So you want to make sure that your page is ready for business. So I must be able to tell on my first visit to your page who you are, or at least know something about you, what you value. I must be able to tell you what you do or what you sell, what problem you solve, and I must be able to identify how I get or access what you are selling. That is the solution that you're offering me. So, so clear that up. You actually, before you get all these people to your page, make sure your page is ready for business.
Okay.
So in terms of content that promotes engagement or fuels engagement, one, I would say be authentic, share your story. People love a good story. So share the good, the bad, the ugly, the life lessons, the mistake. Be your authentic self, because your authentic vibe will attract your authentic tribe. I always say that.
Nice.
Two, use calls to action. And what that basically is a call to action is designed to prompt an immediate response. So it's supposed to compel your audience to act in a particular way, or to encourage an immediate sale. So for example, a call to action could be click the link in my bio, visit my website, double tap, comment, telling somebody what to do to prompt a particular response, basically.
Okay.
So that will help to increase engagement. Another thing is, I would say, nurture, because a lot of us want new customers and want new people to come on our page, new followers, but we're not even engaging with the followers that we already have, with the audience that we already have. People who buy habits and who by action have shown that they're interested in us and what we are doing. So I would say nurture existing relationships. Engage
don't forget about them.
Engage with the people who are already engaging with you. Because if them are engaged with you already, it means that they're interested in what you do. And those are the people who you can actually convert into raging fans. The people who will share what you're doing, comment, share, and increase your engagement. So nurture existing relationships and engage with the people who are already engaging with you. And I would say, I give you some ideas of content. People love the this or that. When maybe you have up 2 banana chips and you say which one you prefer. People love those kinds of content. Or pick one where you show 4 things or 5 things and you say which one relate to you, or people like those kinds of content.
Get them involved. They want to know that they're a part of.
And people also like which is a part of the share your story. People like the before and after transformation, whether it's a photo, whether you're just sharing your story. I know for a fact, when I share my weight loss before and after transformation, it gets a lot of engagement. So yeah, those are just some examples of sharing your story, using call to actions, and nurturing existing relationships.
For online businesses, whether they offer a product or a service, what should they do immediately to increase their sales?
All right, I've said this probably in almost all my answers. The first thing and the most important thing, and I will repeat it, is you have to know and clearly define your customer avatar. Once you do that, it's almost easier to do everything else. Once you know who you are selling to, you will know what to say, how to give it to them. Life will be so much easier once you know who your customer avatar is. So be very clear. You're supposed to be able to finish the words of your customer avatar. You know what they're thinking,
Understood.
So clearly define the customer avatar. So I would say that is probably the most important thing you have to do to increase your sales.
Just to round things up, Stacia shared some very key points about what we can do to build our personal brand and business on Instagram. She shared about, knowing who you are, what you stand for, what are your values, understanding that all of those have to align in order for you to reach the kind of audience that you need to.
And to have
Go ahead.
No, Go ahead, to have a really strong personal brand.
Exactly. She also mentioned being vulnerable, showing your authentic self. People don't always just want to see the good. They want to be able to understand your experiences, challenges that you've gone through, things that have affected you and how you've overcome them. She dropped this important note about a customer avatar, very similar to what we refer to as our target audience, but she clarified and let us know that the customer avatar is more of that one person that you're targeting who has a problem that you're going to find a way to solve. And once that person has a problem, other persons have that problem. So the likelihood is that you reach that one person, you're reaching so much more. Other things that were mentioned in the area of tips for creating posts on Instagram that are engaging, that are visible, is ensuring that you do things that call people to action, whether you put something in front of them and ask them to make choices, and this allows you to get a response.